Lakers fans?
What up, Lakers fam?
Laker fans!
Let's go, Lakers!
Let's go, let's go, let's go! Let's go!
We ballin'. But it's purple, hard as gold, baby. We ballin'. Ain't nobody in the world that can stop us.
LA, I got us. Who with me? Let's roll.
Oh yeah, you already know.
You know what they yell when they see me?
Hurling, go! Hurling, go!
Some Diane's on my way to the
Slam dunk!
gonna hate her like who
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Champions of the spot. Watch how they watch us. Meet me at the top.
LA, baby.
Nah, we ain't gon' stop. LA be like,
Hey.
Laker fans like, LA be like.
We ballin'. Ain't nobody in the world that can stop us. We ballin'. Soft purple and gold, baby. Soft purple and gold.
What it do, what it do, what it do, Lakers crew, Lakers nation. What it do, y'all? What it do, what it do, what it do, baby. I said I wasn't going to get on here until we got to free agency, but hey, man, I had to jump in and dive in on all these rumors, all this stuff going down, man. I hope you guys are excited. Lakers nation, we are getting closer and closer and closer to the NBA draft. That's coming up real soon, a matter of days. And then, of course, we're about, a week or so away from the NBA free agency period. Yes, we are in this thing thick, y'all, and the Lakers are right in the middle of it, man. Big news coming from Lakers Nation. But really fast, if this is your first time checking out Lakers Over Everything, then welcome to Lakers Over Everything. Purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride. I bleed purple. My heart beats gold. It is and always will be Lakers Over Everything, baby. That's how we get down over here. AC LA Sports Live. What it do, my brother? Glad to see you, man. You already know how excited I was when we got this news today. So let's dive right in, man. We know Kyrie Irving is in the middle of the NBA headlines right now. We know that him and the Brooklyn Nets, you know, they reach a little standstill in contract negotiations, and Kyrie says he might be out of there, right? We know Brooklyn doesn't want to give him a long-term extension because of last year. You know, Kyrie he only suited up for 29 games last year during the regular season. You know, he refused to get the vaccination, and you know, he kind of set out. You know, he was a part-timer last year. You know, we all know what that is. We know what it is. I'm not going to knock him too much for it. The man didn't want to put that stuff in his body. He didn't want to put it in his body. You know, I'm vaccinated. That was my decision. So I can't knock the next man for not getting vaccinated. You know, if he don't want to be vaccinated, then, hey, I understand. I'm not going to get into all of that. But we know what it is with Kyrie. You know, he's a different cat, right? He beats by his own drums. He does his own thing. Of course, you know, you rewind, go back to Kyrie and LeBron in Cleveland. You know, they won a chip together. They could have won many more probably. But Kyrie bounced, right? He wanted to leave. He left LeBron, left that situation, went to Boston, didn't work out in Boston, left Boston. You know, he's been bouncing around a little bit. Went to Brooklyn with KD, and it's not working out there at all. You know, they haven't even sniffed, you know, championship or ring or whatever. And last year was abysmal. They got swept. You know, Kyrie and KD, they were on the court and they got swept. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. It's tough. But here we are now. Of course, us Lakers, we have this Russell Westbrook situation. You know, we moved for Russ last year, and it was an absolute disaster, right? In my opinion, the worst season in Lakers history. You know, when you came in, the expectations that we had coming in, even if you felt like Russ wasn't a good fit, you did not expect to be, you know, 16 games, 17 games, whatever it was, under 500 and miss the playoffs altogether, miss the play and all that. So we have this Russell Westbrook situation. And now here we are. Kyrie Irving, he's in the news. And ding, ding, ding. The last time it did work with Kyrie, who was it with? LeBron James, King James. So if anyone can get the best out of Kyrie, if anyone can get Kyrie to buy in, I mean, it is LeBron James, albeit Kyrie did walk away from that situation, but still. So here we are, man. Let's just dive right in. So Woj came out today and said if Kyrie does leave, then the Lakers look like they may be the top landing spot. You know, you heard me correctly. If Kyrie does leave, indeed, the Lakers looks like our purple and gold, baby. Lakers Nation looks like we will be the top landing spot. And then it surfaced a little bit. Kyrie came out and said he don't care about an extension. He don't care about money. He don't care about any of that stuff. He said he'll play for a mid-level exception. That's what Kyrie said. Now, a lot of people will say that's just him trying to wiggle, you know, get some wiggle room, some negotiating room. It's a tactic or whatever to let them know, to let them come up on their offer and offer him what he wants, offer him that max and give him the money that he wants. They're saying it's strategic, but man, Kyrie is a different cat, you guys. Kyrie is different, man. Kyrie is very, very different. And for one, I don't know how much that works. You know, Brooklyn ain't dumb. You know, that might be a strategy that's not going to get their attention, if you will. But again, we're talking about Kyrie Irving, man. Remember last year, Kyrie said he would sit out. You know, he said he will sit out. He won't play. He'll sit out. And a lot of people said, oh, man, he's just fronting. Ain't no way. He going to get that shot. He going to come. He going to come. Well, guess what? Kyrie sat out. You know, he only played 29 games last year. Kyrie sat out, more than half of the season. You know, a long period of the season. What's that? 3/4 of the season almost. He sat out and he forfeited $17 million. Yeah, you heard me correctly. Kyrie gave up $17 million last year because he didn't want to get vaccinated. So if he did that last year, then I could very well see the man walking away. Now let me break it down money-wise. So us Lakers, of course, we look at everything through purple and gold here. I don't care about the rest of the league. You know, it's always purple and gold. Lakers over everything, baby. That's the channel name, right? So we ain't gonna talk about anybody else. But so as it stands, us Lakers going into the offseason, the only thing that we have to offer, you know, when it comes to finances or contract-wise, is our taxpayer mid-level exception. We don't have the full mid-level exception, you know, which is like $10 million. We don't have that. We only have our taxpayer mid-level exception. It's the same thing we offered Kendrick Nunn last year. So that's the only contract that we can really offer, you know, of some value, you know, and that's what, like $6.1 million, I believe. So that's the highest amount of money that we can make, you know, present or whatever. Now, Kyrie is set to make $37 million this year if he opts in. So he has an opt-out. So if he opts in, he'll make $37 million this year. Okay, so do the math on that. If he walks from Brooklyn and comes to LA as a free agent, and take that taxpayer mid-level exception, which he said he would do. He said that today. He said he would take a taxpayer mid-level exception today. So if he did that, 37, we got 6.1. So he's walking away from what? $31 million. Now, a lot of people would say, there's no way, there's no how anyone would do that. Well, I mean, last year, again, he walked away from $17 million because he didn't want to get the vaccination. So if he did that last year, you know, hey, it is what it is, man. Kyrie is a different cat. So that's where we're at today, man. That's where we're at right now. Although I don't see it happening that way. I don't see him walking away and signing for the taxpayer mid-level exception. What I see happening is Kyrie forcing the Brooklyn Nets' hand to trade him to LA. If he wants to be in LA, he'll kind of force it. The way you do that is you tell other teams, hey, you can trade for me. You can give up assets for me. You can do whatever you want to do with me. But guess what? I'm not staying. I'm not playing for you next summer. I'm not going to sign an extension for you next summer. Ain't no team going to give up assets if the player is saying that. And again, this is Kyrie Irving, so it's not all talk. He did it to Boston. We're talking about the Boston Celtics. He did it to them. So if he walked away from them after being traded there, you think he won't walk away from anyone else, you know, trying to trade for him if he doesn't want to be there? He definitely will. So ain't no team, you know, I don't think no team wants to get involved in that Kyrie stuff, man. It's a sticky situation. You can't trust the guy. So I don't see a team giving up real assets. But again, if he forces his way to LA, he says he wants to be in LA, and he says he'll re-sign in LA, then I can see the Lakers doing a deal. But get this, even if it's a gamble and he doesn't say he'll stay long-term in LA, I'm still doing that move, man. We got Russell Westbrook, an expiring contract. Kyrie is going to be better than Russell Westbrook. It's just a better fit. I'm not knocking Russ at all. but he's just not a fit. He wasn't a fit for us last year. I'm optimistic that if we do keep him, that could kind of change a little bit with Darvin Ham in there and all that. But we'll talk about that in another video. I mean, I'm taking Kyrie over Russell Westbrook all day, every day, twice on Sundays, right? You would have to be a fool to say no. You prefer to keep Russ. So even if we did trade for Kyrie and he didn't sign long term, man, it means we're getting off Russ. We're moving Russ. So it is what it is. Russ is leaving at the end of this year anyway. So it's kind of like a win-win situation for us, you know. So if we had to do that, then do it. I don't care how you got to get him here. Just get the man here. Get the man here. Get the man here. Kyrie, LeBron, and AD. Man, you talk about a fit, man. Kyrie can play off the ball. So if you got LeBron James there, you know, he can definitely do his thing. He did it that little bit the time James Harden was there, right? James Harden, KD, and Kyrie, he played off the ball a bit. And, you know, they were really, really well. So he can definitely play off the ball. He can shoot the three, right? He get open looks, man. He's going to knock him down, man. Imagine. You can't. Who you going to double team? Who you going to double team in that situation? You're going to try to double team AD, right? You're going to try to double team LeBron. So imagine Kyrie wide open for those threes. Guess what? He's going to knock those things down. So he can play off ball, and he played off ball with LeBron some in Cleveland, right? But Kyrie, the ball will be in his hands, I believe. The Lakers have been looking, you know, for a veteran point guard. After the 2020 season and we blew up our championship team, what did the Lakers try to do? What did they say? What did Rob say? What did the organization say? They want to find a veteran point guard who can be a playmaker, create for others, create for himself, and who can score the rock, right? Who can score that basketball. Well, who does that better than anybody else in the league right now as a true point guard? Kyrie Irving does, right? Kyrie can score the basketball. He probably gets to the rim better than anybody in the league, right? He gets there at ease, kind of like Russell Westbrook used to be and used to do. He gets to the rim at ease, right? Probably the best when it comes to point guards doing that or guards doing that. So he can do that, right? He can play make for others. You know, he can set others up. Man, imagine Kyrie throwing them lobs and hitting AD and hitting LeBron and all that. Man. So he can play off the ball. He can play on ball. You know, he can play make. He can set other people up. He can score the ball. You know, he can get you buckets. You know, LeBron, it takes a lot of weight off of his shoulders. He's going to make things a lot easier for AD as well. So, I mean, it works in that sense. All that works. So, man, you talk about a perfect fit. And of course, let me say this. There is some negatives that come with Kyrie, right? So there are some negative things. So it's not all peaches and cream, right? There's some things you got to worry about. Just him checking out, you know, him checking out and saying, "Oh, I don't feel like hooping today." You know, that's the real thing with Kyrie. It's crazy to say, but that's the real thing with Kyrie. That's why we're in the situation we're in. And Brooklyn, they don't want to give him max money, right? But hey, man, I'm willing to take that gamble, man. I'm willing to take it. The last time we did, again, I just said it not too long ago, the last time that we seen Kyrie all dialed in and the last time we seen Kyrie bought in, it was with LeBron James. And, you know, they won a championship. So if anyone can bring it out of him, it's LeBron. LeBron can channel, you know, maybe channel Kyrie in ways no one else can, not even his best friend, KD. Right? KD couldn't even do it. So if anyone can do it, LeBron can do it. You're talking about LA. Kyrie, I believe he would love to be in the LA market. So there's a lot of upside to it, man. Of course, there's a few bad things. He does have a little injury history, so you got to worry about that. But we can't be fearful. We can't make moves worried about injuries and all that stuff, right? We just can't do that. But I mean, it is a gamble. Of course, you already got LeBron. He's getting up there in age. He'll be 38 this year. Or 39 this year, what is his year 20? So there's a lot going in, you know, he's coming off of injuries and stuff. Of course, you got AD. Man, we know what it is with him, but I'm not going to look at this negatively. I'm going to try to stay optimistic and, you know, hope that we can stay healthy or whatever. So just give me those three, man. And man, let's go. I for sure believe that makes us a contender. Not only in the Western Conference, of course, Golden State, they'll have something to say about that. They're looking to go back-to-back next year. So but I think it puts us up there. It definitely catapults us up there for a team that didn't make the playoffs last year. I think for sure, it'll put us up in that top three, top four, the top echelon of the Western Conference. We get to the playoffs healthy, then I'm rocking with us all day long. All right. So, yeah, let me know how you guys feel, man. Sound off in the comment section. Again, Kyrie came out and said that he'll play. He don't care about money. He'll play for a mid-level exception. So that's where we're at today. Of course, what do the Lakers have to offer? A mid-level exception. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. A lot of people are saying it's just Kyrie negotiating or whatever, but Kyrie's different. So everything he says, you gotta put some value and you gotta put some stock in it, especially after last year. He lost $17 million last year. So Kyrie walking away from $30 million this year, I can definitely see it happening. It's Kyrie Irving, man. The cat is different. He's a different breed. I'm tired of trying to figure him out. So I'm just going to sit back, enjoy the ride. I'm just happy that the Lakers are in the mix. I'm happy that there's some hope, man. And boy, I want to see what happens, man. I want to see what happens, but it's about to get crazy, man. It's about to get crazy. It's about to get crazy. Jeremy Grant, he was traded to the Portland Trail Blazers today. It looks like Detroit is now they're looking to go get DeAndre Ayton. So there's some moves being made, man. There's some stuff going down, man. And the Lakers are trying. There was a report that came out yesterday. I didn't talk about it at all because basically it was a report saying that Indiana Pacers turned down the Lakers deal. The Lakers tried to trade Russell Westbrook and they turned it down, which I'm not buying that, man. There was a lot of things in that story that really didn't add up, didn't make sense. Like they said, the Lakers tried to trade THT and Russell Westbrook just for Malcolm Brogdon. For one, the salaries don't even add up with that. The Lakers would have been putting out like $57 million and only taking in not even half of that in Brogdon. So the salaries didn't add up. And then they said the Lakers also included a 2026 first-round draft pick. We don't even have our 2026 first-round draft pick to trade. It's a swap, so we don't even know what that pick is going to be. So we can't even trade that. So there's that there, and a lot of other things, man. So I don't know. I take that deal with a grain of salt. The guy who reported it, it wasn't Woj, it wasn't Shams. If it's not there, then man, be careful. So yeah, we didn't talk about it much here on the channel. I didn't talk about it at all, actually. Because I didn't find any valid. I didn't find that trade valid or whatever. And then today, you're not hearing nothing about that. Today, you're hearing about Kyrie. So man, I said all that to say, man, it's gonna happen real soon. It's gonna happen real fast, man. There's a lot that's about to go down, man. It's a lot that's about to go down, and we are here for it all. Again, we will be live, and back in our routine, when we hit the trade, or not the trade deadline, when we hit the free agency period, which is June 30th. So yeah, make sure, if you're not locked and loaded here with Lakers Over Everything, get locked and loaded here. And you can do so just by simply smashing that subscribe button, joining the channel, and then also ring that notification bell. Do that as well. So every time we do drop a new video, whenever there is some news, and throughout the off season, we'll be here to break it all down. Of course, Darvin Ham, we got a new coach here. He's getting his coaching staff together. He just stole a big piece from Brooklyn. So I'm loving that. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited, baby. I just want to fast forward. Let's get through the offseason. Let's just fast forward to the fall so we can get the disgusting taste of last season out of our mouths, out of our minds, and everything else, all right? It was a disaster. So let's just get to the fall, man. And let's get there with Kyrie Irving and LeBron James and AD. Let's do it, baby. I'm super pumped. Hope you guys are pumped. Hey, if you're watching the replay, get in the comment section. Let me hear your thoughts, man. Let me know if you think there's any truth to this Kyrie stuff. Let me know if you want Kyrie, and if you really do feel like, he'll walk away, turn that money down, and come to LA. Let me know, and also let me know if you feel that it would work. All right. Holler at your boy, man. Thank you guys for coming through. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, Kyrie Irving says that he will leave Brooklyn and take a mid-level exception. So, hey, and Woj is reporting that if Kyrie does indeed leave Brooklyn, that the Lakers are his. The Lakers are the biggest threat to land them and to steal him away. All right. So yes, Lakers Nation. Big news, good news, man. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens, and let's hope it all works out for our purple and gold. Purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride. I bleed purple. My heart beats gold. It is and always will be. Lakers over everything. Thanks for coming through. We will catch you in the next one. Peace.